What is up, guys? It is the Sound Alchemist, and today I'm back to bring you these 40 facts on the Warhammer 40K universe. Today we are continuing part 2 on the fan lore of these awesome Azure Covenant Space Marines. And not just regular Space Marines. This is a chapter comprised of entirely, well, for the most part, Primaris Marines. So this is a fan lore, so if you guys want me to cover your own fan lore, send it on over to our Facebook page. That's probably the best way we'd be able to reach it, and then basically just make a video out of it. So again, guys, if you want to learn more about this, the link to this awesome fan, not just chapter, but fan codex, because yes, you can play this army, is down below in the description. So again, guys, let me know what you think about this awesome Primaris Marine chapter, and let's start with their psychic discipline. The Obliteratus Discipline. There is no debate over the level of psychic mastery which the Azure Covenant can demonstrate. While some first founding chapters, such as the Blood Angels or the Ultramarines, may claim to have more famous or powerful psychic individuals, the sheer number and variety of powers which the Covenant manifests is almost unique in the Imperium. With their stabilized gene seeds seeming to create even more psychers for each generation of aspirants, it is believed that some in the Covenant are even more powerful than those gifted Marines and Initiates. Debates still rage over whether this could be the Covenant's salvation or their doom. Fury's Bolt. This is when the Librarian conjures up a lance of pure energy and then hurls it like a spear at their enemy. The next ability is known as Judgment's Focus. The gaze of the Librarian crackles as they focus their hate upon a nearby enemy, finding them wanting in the light of the Emperor. Regain's Boon. The Librarian directs the warp fire into weapons for their allies, causing them to crackle and spit terrible energies. Hero's Courage. Directing a pillar of energy upon a champion in the ranks, the Psyker fortifies their body and inspires them to heights of courage and skill. Warp-born Terror. Probing their minds, the Librarian finds the enemy's greatest fear and causes them to be assailed by visions of that fear. And finally, we have Sundered Reality. Summoning all of their might, the Librarian uses their will to tear apart the laws of physical space, allowing for a devastating vortex to form and destroy any and all foes in its path. Now these guys, since they're so powerful in being psychers, they not only have the Obliteratus Discipline, they can also call upon the Clipium Discipline. So let's dive into those psychic abilities, beginning with Veiling Shapes. This is where the Librarian summons up the spectral ghosts of the chapter's fallen, wreathing those still living in protective clouds of shadow. Such strange manifestations foil even an experienced marksman's accuracy. The Whispering Prophecy. The flow of time is meaningless in this realm of energy. Sometimes a skilled warrior prophet can read the flow of this energy to gain an advantage by peering into the future. Shimmering Storm. While the Azure Covenant knows how to shape the energy of the warp into destructive power, they also know how to wield it in a protective wall against the enemies of the chapter. The Commune. Though dangerous to seek out, there are manifestations of positive feelings within the warp. A skilled psyker can commune with those feelings, allowing it to fill and empower them to fight longer and harder. Blessed Relief. Biomancy can help a wounded Marine recover from wounds which would impair their combat abilities, or even in extreme circumstances, their lives. Firestorms. Warp fire can protect as well as kill, threatening those who are far too close. The fire worms its way into the enemy's weapons, threatening to engulf them even as they fight. And now that we covered the psychic disciplines for this chapter, let's go into the units that make this chapter unique. And let's begin by taking a look into the Damned Intercessors. Those members of the Azure Covenant who fall afoul of the Praise Wardens are doomed. If they are not killed immediately, these unfortunate souls will be taken deep into the forge at the heart of the Azure's fortress, and held there to undergo a procedure that only the Praise Suzerain knows the full details of. When the Astartes returns, they are no longer the person they were. It does not matter whether the victim of a Naviate librarian, a squad sergeant, or an Athenium captain with decades of experience, all return the same. Very little remains of their personality, just automatic impulses and a will to agree with orders. These damned intercessors have had their armor painted bone white, and are equipped with identical death masks to show that they are no longer members of the Covenant. They are nothing more than the walking dead. No one is to speak to them, because they will not reply except to agree with their orders. They do not recognize their old friends, comrades, histories, or seem to know anything about themselves. Even their names are gone. Damned intercessors are assigned their death numbers when inducted into the Seven. For these members, death does not take long. Perhaps only a few survive a half-dozen battles. The Praise Wardens. Praise Wardens are not Astartes, but biomechanical constructions of the Adeptus Mechanicus. They are placed as guards for the Azure Covenant, and they are indeed metallic horrors, a mass of tentacle limbs, spiked talons, and strange weapons mounted from their shoulders or other limbs. Even those who work closely with the Mechanicum would recoil in horror at the sight of one of these wardens. In battle, the Praise watch the Azure Covenant and the enemy in equal measure. When a Psyker from the Covenant is threatened by the demons within the warp, the weapons of the Praise will save their soul before the demons can take it. These same weapons are turned upon the enemy as well. Volkite blasters, plasma culverins, and phosphor blasters tear through all enemy like paper. Despite the hatred of the Covenant hold for them, the Praise's heavier weapons can win longer firefights where the Primaris Marines might have been at a disadvantage. These are the Praise Wardens, as mysterious as they are powerful. And the final unit that we will be covering today is the Primaris Lentecessor. Lentecessor are members of the First Athenium who are not equipped with aggressor armor. They are veterans of the many wars of the Azure Covenant, and some might even be the original group of Primaris Marines awoken by Belisarius' call a century ago. These Astartes are hardened and experienced, and even by the standards of Primaris, they have survived hundreds of battles, dozens of campaigns, and have been smelt in the furnace of wars for all these past years. To honor their survival, they are awarded the Crux Terminatus, the mark of a veteran, and are given a master-crafted chainsword. Lentecessors are expected to be bodyguards to commanders or heavy assault infantry, leading a charge of intercessors to overwhelm a defensive line, or to support their comrades where the fighting is usually the thickest. In those swirling melee, their experiences and reflexes can make the difference between victory and defeat. The Lentecessors have therefore been given a nickname, the Guardians. In a chapter with no chaplains, spiritual guidance is passed down between generations of intercessors, each watching the younger members of their covenant for ability or deviance. Some will try to counsel those thought to be under the threat of the Praise. Many lives have been saved, though they can only speculate as to how many. And with that being said, guys, this is where I will end part 2 to this awesome fan chapter. Once again, guys, I do want to say that this is only the tip of the iceberg. There is so much more to explore, so much more to dive into, so I definitely recommend you guys go down into the description and check out the link to this awesome chapter. More so, you can even play this chapter on the battlefield. You've got points, you've got abilities, you've got stratagems, warlord traits. Everything has been systematically thought out to become as realistic as a codex as possible. So again, all this credit, all this admiration goes directly to you, Kieran. Awesome work, great job working on your fan chapter, and it really shines among all of these past fan chapters that we've covered. So again, guys, let him know what you guys think about this fan chapter of Primaris that are very secretive. Also, let him know what he can improve on, what you guys enjoyed, what you didn't enjoy, and again, just show him the love down in the comments below. Also guys, if you haven't checked it out, I did post another video today, and that is just the announcement to the winner of the giveaway. So the giveaway was a copy of the PlayStation 4 game Warhammer 40K Space Hulk Deathwing Enchanted or Enhanced Edition. So one lucky winner has won that. So if you haven't checked that video, go ahead and check it out to see if maybe you've won that awesome video game. And yeah, that's pretty much all I've got for today, guys. Sit tight, we've got more lore coming your way. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. This is the Sound Alchemist, part of One Mind Syndicate, and I'll be catching you guys tomorrow.